First of all, very excited about the 2014 season, and we're looking forward to it. We've been a good amount of time into practice so far. We've been 15 days into practice, and we're excited about our team. One of our themes from the beginning has been change. We need to change, and that was something we talked about with our team back in December, and then we also talked to them in January about that. And I believe part of that is in the process right now. I think I'm very excited about our team. I think one of the other themes is to improve. We need to improve as a team, improve individually and improve as a group. I think our guys have worked hard. We had a very good off-season winter conditioning program. We had a very good spring. We've had a really good summer, excellent summer, where we had great participation, great attitude this summer. One of the key things about that and the reason for that is I think our leadership on our team has improved, and I think the accountability on our team as a result of the leadership improving has improved. It's exciting because we're 15 days away from playing. That's fun. We open up with IU at noon on August 30th. Our schedule, I'm very excited about. We play IU on the 30th. The next week, we play Tennessee Tech here, and then we go to Ball State. And so that's a real positive at the beginning of the year. It's tough, but it's positive. We're in the state of Indiana until October 18th, which is a real plus. I think just kind of looking at our team strengths, I think I would look at two groups on defense that are the strengths of our defense. First of all, our linebackers, and that group. There's some of those guys here. You're going to hear a little bit from Connor Underwood, Jameer Thurman, Kendall Walker, Garrick Ratliff, among others. There's some more guys to that group, but I think that's a strength of our defense. The other group on defense that I think is a strength is our safeties, and you've got two of those guys represented here in Mark Sewell and Donovan Lane. But I think that our safeties are a strong point of our defense. Offensively, I think the first thing is I think it's a real positive when you go into a year with a senior quarterback, and I believe that's a strength on offense. The fact that Mike Parrish is a senior, and he is unquestionably the quarterback. I also really like our receiver tight end crew. There's a lot of different things I could say, but I feel like that group's improved. First of all, it's good to have Jamar Brown, who is here today. I think I would say on all three sides of the ball that's true. I think knowing terminology, understanding the system, understanding kind of what the expectations are, a year makes a difference, and I think that's a real plus. I do think, and I think it's true on offense, defense, and in special teams. I think that, I once again, it's one of those prove it situations. We got to prove it, but I feel like we have more guys that can contribute on special teams, that are athletic, that can run, that have some size to them, and so in that way, I think there's more people that can contribute in those areas. So I'm very excited about that. I think there's when I started this off with the whole concept of change, I think that obviously refers to changing, individually, everybody from me all the way through our football team, changing everything, not everything, but changing what needs to be changed in ourselves and among all of us. And I think, our standard is high, our expectation is high. Yes, we have a very bad taste in our mouth from last year. I think it's there. We're not going to dwell on that and talk a bunch about that. It's there. It's obvious. It's like you got a pit in your stomach and you want to, replace it with something better. And that's, whether you want to call it a bad taste in your mouth or a pit in your stomach, it's one of the two. And I feel it, and I know all these guys in this room feel it. And it's about putting that behind us and moving forward. but moving forward in such a way that we prove that we're moving in the right direction. None of them are in this group. These are all the sort of old guys, I guess, guys that have been here. But I mentioned one earlier. Our punter, Osborne Ume, is a positive addition. As far as other guys that I would point out, you threw me a curve a little bit here. It's hard for me to say too much about too many of the new guys, just because I think it's more about what they do on the field than what in games, rather than what they do in practice. So I want to be careful about saying too much about too many guys. I think I'd really like to highlight these guys that are in this room, and the guys that it's kind of been out there and people have heard about that were disappointed that he's been hurt. Is a local guy from Terre Haute South, Junior Berry, hurt his knee. He was going to be a contributor, and he has a very bright future as a defensive lineman. I think that's a very difficult position to recruit, and so we feel very good about him. There's some new freshmen, at a variety of different positions. There's some receivers we're excited about. There's some offensive linemen, surprisingly, that are going to, help us as freshmen, which is a rarity. There are some defensive backs that are going to help us as freshmen. But I'd hesitate to just talk too much about them, because I want to see them actually do it on the field before we talk too much about them. Yeah, I think one of the things that we found out where we needed to add players, where we needed to improve our depth, improve our quality, and I feel like we're moving in that direction. It's a journey, it's not a destination, and so we are on that journey. And I'm excited about that journey. That's a fun part of it. Would love it if FN would make it. And the number one thing, obviously it'd be a good thing for us, but the number one thing is for FN. Every guy in this room thinks a lot of him, has a lot of respect for him. Hard worker, tough guy, great person, high character guy, everything you want, representing, our university and our football program. So, everyone in this room is cheering for FN to make it, and we hope he does. And we would be very excited for him to do that.
On the offensive end, I think that everybody's working hard. I can see a big improvement in our understanding of our offense and the smaller intricacies that we didn't really have down last year. I think the offensive line, receivers, running backs are all working hard, tight ends. And I'm just excited about our season this year with all these guys.
You've seen a lot of football.
I think I'm real excited. We got a lot of talent, and I think the leadership in this whole offseason has really brought us along from the kind of aspect that talent isn't involved in football. So I'm excited for this team. I think we're real competitive with each other, and we're excited to compete against other teams now. It's real exciting for me. It helps knowing the smaller parts, the details, because as you know, details are a huge part of football. And then on top of that, with the receiving core, having a whole year with them now, as opposed to a couple of them coming in camp last year, helps a lot with our timing and being on the same page with stuff like that. I'm really excited for FN. He's one of my best friends. I'm actually going to the game. I think it's tomorrow night, Saturday night. So I'm excited for him. I think he's a hard worker, and we're all cheering for him and praying for him. So I'm excited and hope that he keeps working hard and gets a shot.
I see my role as being the leader of the defense, and really my main goal is to win games next year. It's great to get these awards, but I just want to do whatever I can to help us get to where we want and to reach our goals.
Connor, how can you guys use last year?
Unfortunate injuries last year, some seniors, some older guys, and some of the younger guys that may or may not have redshirted had to step in, take some starting roles, some leadership roles, and may not have been as ready as they needed to be. But ultimately this year, it gives them the experience that we need for this year to be a great team. And I think that, like what Coach said earlier, there's been a lot of maturity this past year in the offseason with some of the younger guys that did play, and they'll a lot more accountable, and they'll be ready to go. I'd say our depth, kind of going back to what that was, we had a lot of freshmen playing. Now we have a lot of juniors starting this year, redshirt juniors, so it'd be their 4th year in college football. And I think that they bring a lot of experience with them now. So we have a good amount of experience and a lot of competitiveness on the defensive side. All fall so far, we've had a very competitive camp. My brother's playing at the Chargers right now, hoping the best for him and FN both. We all know as free agents, it's really hard to make the NFL. I mean, I'm sure everyone knows that. So wish them the best of luck, and I know both of them are very, very hard workers, and I believe that they will both make it.